What's up, guys? Welcome to the fourth episode of this vlog. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to respond to everyone. I mean, I will. But I want to talk about a few things today. So first, I want to talk about sticky notes. I want to talk about a timer and about surrounding ourselves. So first thing, I found it really helpful just to, when you're trying to do a lot of things and you have like this endless list of 100 things. So just having a few, like 5 or 6 or 7 and crossing them out, like when you start your day, just like trying to be organized, but not trying to do everything as well, because it's kind of frustrating. I feel that, if you have like a list of 100 things you're trying to practice or do, you want to, respond to some emails and try to have your band booked somewhere and then go to the gym and do, a bunch of activities, but then there are like 100 and you did 4, so it seems insignificant and you almost basically failed, right? What's 4 out of 100? But then again, if you have a list of 7 that are pretty good and you're nailing them, so that's nice. So I'm just saying, I don't know, it helps me. I'm just sharing like some thoughts. The second thing about practicing with the timer, so I would again use like 3 or 5 minutes, but the idea is basically, such an annoying sound, you start your practice, so it's like just like exactly the time you're practicing, and more than a time, I think we lose focus very fast. And when we're practicing, I think one of the ideals is to really be focused and there 100% all the time, as much as possible. And hopefully also, that will be in real life, not just when we play music. I think that's an interesting point of, how much are we aware and like in the moment. So that's one of the reasons I love music and doing music with people, because I feel like when it's really happening, you're really there experiencing the moment and you're sharing something together, which is like magical to me. So back to the practicing. So when we're practicing, I think like if you're doing a 3-minute kind of practice on an idea, let's say we have an A, B, C, okay? So A could be, do you see this? Yes, you do. So A would be just like triads, B would be a scale, and sorry, I had a phone call and this is a phone. So I was saying A would be, a scale or triads, and then this, okay, so let's say A would be triads, this would be a scale, this would be a chromatic idea, and then we'll practice that for 3 minutes each, switch between, go back to B, back to C, and then we can also switch the order. And the idea is to just have your mind really, really fresh. So every time you practice something, you want to practice scales for 20 minutes, but you're not just doing it for 20 minutes straight, you keep switching and it's always fresh and you're like, oh, scales, this is awesome. You know that feeling? You're like practicing C major scale, you're like, I'm gonna do this for an hour, and it's great, but then you're super on it the first few minutes. So this idea is basically kind of for us to keep our focus level high and be really engaged, so we're really listening, and then obviously we'll learn more about what we're actually doing. It's coming from, I read some articles about some research done on athletes, and it's just trying to switch exercises. It's good for muscles, for the brain, and basically for I guess a better learning process, if that makes sense. I think it does, right? Okay, so timer, sticky notes, and then this. So basically this is you or us, and we want to surround ourselves with music. So what I'm saying is it's pretty simple. You need to do a few things. So I guess first, listening to the music style that you're trying to acquire, right? Like you want to play heavy metal, that's freaking great. Just listen to the music, because again, there are a lot of elements in the music that you're listening and you're studying that is kind of hard to talk about and pinpoint. So you really need to listen to the style, in our headphones, YouTube, whatever. And then going to see live shows. There is something very important, very special in live shows, and I think we remember it. We remember the experience very differently. The third thing is, of course, practicing our instrument is super important. And then playing with people. So we get good at what we do. So if you want to play jazz quartet, so you'll get good at playing that if you play that. So literally making sure you're doing that on a weekly basis, if not on a daily basis. So the whole point of this, I guess, is basically us or you today, you know, after this, or maybe not if you want to, you know, taking your phone and just texting like 25 people saying, yo, what are you doing, you know, December 5th at 2 p.m. You know, set up sessions and rehearsal. It could be duo, trio, quartet, whatever, you know, just like make sure you're playing the music with people and try to plan it ahead, because people like to like be like, hey, do you want to do this next week, or you have time, you know, so give them the time to be available. And if they can, sure, no problem. What about January 5th, you know, no rush. So I would try to make sure you guys are playing sessions and rehearsal and kind of creating this world of music, if music is this is what you want to do, and just get good at. Okay, I gotta go. Leave a comment and I'll respond. I promise. I have like a Word document with all the comments and I'm on it. So thank you again for listening, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.